The box office numbers I have for this past weekend, and Smile 2 leads the way with a $23 million opening weekend at the US box office. It's a crazy box office weekend in general. Not much movies made a lot of money, but Smile 2 is a breakout hit, make no mistake about it. Not only did it do $23 million in its 5 day opening weekend, versus the first Smile that only made $14.5 million. Um, it did well overseas as well, considering the fact it has a small budget. At least the production budget is not that high. It has a $28 million production budget. Um, that's not with marketing basically, so it certainly still needs to get a lot higher in terms of numbers to break even, but it's open to a you know, global opening of $46 million. That's still good. It beat out the original Smile that made $36.5 million back in 2022. It is opened a lot bigger, to $46 million with a $28 million budget. I would say it needs at least $60 million to break even. At least if it gets to 60 million, it certainly would start making profit from there on out. So I'm certain this is going to, be a success. Any way you want to look at it, any way you want to, you know, evaluate the numbers in general. So this Smile 2, it beat industry projections this weekend. It's even surpassed Terrifier 3 that made its debut last weekend with $18.9 million. It even beat out Candyman that made $22 million. It beat out Evil Dead Rise. Oh, no, it didn't beat out Evil Dead Rise, but it's already at that same level as Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Rise did $24.5 million. $24.5 million when it made its debut. So this is a good number at the box office. It did well enough. It did well enough. And then you look at the other top 10. Wild Robots came in number 2, which is odd. Oh, that movie is already out on digital, and I'm even going to do a review for its 4K UHD release, which I already will watch this week and give you guys my. In fact, the 4K UHD came out early last week. Literally, it's been out for days now, for over a week now. So for this movie to still come in second, even with its UHD release online already and available for people to stream, is still insane. It's already at a total of $101 million in the United States, 101.7 million to be precise. Terrifier 3 came in third this weekend with a $9.3 million. It has a total of $36.2 million. It's a huge success. It's certainly going to cross the 55 to $60 million revenue in the United States. Beetlejuice did $5 million, coming in fourth. It is currently at a total of a whopping $284 million in the United States. We Live in Time made $4.2 million this weekend. Joker 2 is a huge disaster, only made $2.2 million. It's at a total of $56.4 million. That is beyond terrible. Beyond terrible. Piece by Piece made $2.1 million. It's at a total of $7.6 million right now. Transformers 1 made $2 million this weekend at a total of 56.6 million. Saturday Night made $1.8 million. It's at a total of 7.6 million. And then finally, Nightmare Before Christmas made $1.1 million for a total of $4.8 million this past weekend. So this is big numbers, to be fair. If you start going over so many other projects at the box office in terms of global numbers now, you look at Despicable Me 4, it still made $1.4 million overseas in its 18th weekend, which is insane. Make no mistake about it, which is insane. Uh, which is insane, and it's doing very, very well at the box office. You have a total of 602.4 million internationally. It's already at a total of $963.5 million. $963.5 million. That's where it's at currently. It's not going to make $1 billion. It's going to get to probably 970 million. It's going to be $30 million short at the end of the day. It's still making money well enough, but it's not going to get past 970 million at this point. I thought it could crawl to $1 billion, but it's certainly not going to be able to hit $1 billion again. Beetlejuice overseas made another $3.7 million. It has a total of 150.6 million in 76 markets. It's at a total of 434.6 million. It's certainly going to get to at least $450 million worldwide before it heads out of theaters. Then you also look at the overseas numbers of the terrible Joker Failure Due, featuring Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga, only made $14.7 million overseas in its third weekend. It's at a total of 135.5 million internationally. You have a shocking total of 191.9 million. That's terrible. With a budget of $190 million, it's only going to get to $220 million when it's all said and done. It is just so terrible for Warner Brothers. They have lost so much money already. They know they're not going to recoup anything again at this point. It's over for them. And then finally, you have Deadpool. Deadpool and Wolverine has finally crossed Barbie at the box office in terms of the US numbers. It has finally crossed that, which is something you might be interested still or might not really be interested in again. But we have that situation. Deadpool has finally crossed Barbie's 636.2 million run at the box office in the US. I think currently now it's at a total of 636.4 million. So this is where Deadpool and Wolverine is at. So that's the box office rundown for this past weekend, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share your thoughts down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Do like our content. Follow us here on our YouTube channel. I'll see you guys very much next time.